For today, we're going to go ahead and take a look at a couple new features that we have not looked at yet. The Revolve and the Sweep. These correspond with the tutorial that's in SolidWorks, but instead of having you work through the tutorial in SolidWorks, you can just watch this tutorial and work along with me as I go. First thing I'm going to have you do is just go ahead and open up a new part. And we're going to start off with our base feature. For our base feature, we're going to do a revolved boss base. So go ahead, click that. And we'll go ahead and we'll sketch in the front plane. So go ahead, open up the front plane. And we're just going to start with a simple sketch. So grab a line. We can start right at origin. We'll pull a line vertical. We can pull a short horizontal line. And then I'm going to go have you pull one other line and run that from origin, and we'll run that horizontal. We'll go ahead and we'll smart dimension these lines. You can grab your top horizontal line, and we'll go ahead and dimension that at 20 millimeters. Our vertical line, 220 millimeters. And our bottom line, we can go ahead and dimension that at 90 millimeters. And then go ahead and zoom to fit so we can see our entire sketch on the screen. From here, we're going to go ahead and we're going to draw a tangent arc connecting to our top horizontal line. To do this, you'll see you've got a center point arc tool. Go ahead, click the drop down arrow and then grab a tangent arc. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to sketch that from our top line. And notice as you pull down, you get the inference line, meaning we're getting a 180-degree radius. And what we're looking for here is just a pretty small radius arc, about 10. Just get it somewhere close. Doesn't have to be right on. And then we can go ahead and we can smart dimension that to exactly 10. So we've got a radius 10 arc that we've drawn tangent to the line across the top. Staying in the sketch, we'll go ahead and continue by grabbing a line, and we'll go ahead and just drag a line down from the radius we just created, and we can just drag a line down. We don't really need exact dimension here, but just drag it down a ways, just creating a line. Using this line, we'll come back, we'll dimension that later. But using this line, let's go ahead and we're going to grab another arc. Instead of a tangent arc, we're going to grab a 3-point arc that we're going to create on this line. So you notice when I'm over the line, you notice the icon changes, so you know that we're grabbing a part of that line. So let's just go ahead and we'll click and we'll drag that all the way, and what we want here is, for now I guess it doesn't matter too much, we'll just go ahead and we'll click on that line down a little ways just to create an arc. And then for our third, we'll try to make it about 108 or 20 or so radius arc. So we can click here. We've just used 3 different points to create that arc. Looks good for the way we have it right now. We can go ahead and we can smart dimension, and we can pull a few lines around. We'll dimension that arc to a radius of exactly 20 millimeters. Next step would be is just to trim the part of the line that's inside of the radius we just created. So we can go up to trim entities, and let's go ahead and let's make sure trim to closest is highlighted, and then we can go ahead and we can click inside and we'll get rid of the inside line. And from here, let's just go ahead and we'll just dimension the top part. We're going to move down that radius down a little bit, so let's smart dimension the line that we have up above. Right now we're sitting at 28. We're going to increase that. up to 40. Next step is going to be creating an equal relation between the line we just dimensioned as 40 and the line below it. To do that, we'll just go up to the standard toolbar, go ahead, click the select button, go ahead, hold down control, and we need to select our upper vertical line and our lower vertical line. And you notice on the property manager both of these lines appear, and underneath where it says add relations we can go ahead and click equal, and that will make our lower line also 40. What this does is, in case we change one of our dimensions, if we decide that this should be 50 millimeters, that will automatically change our lower line to 50. So let's just go ahead and accept that as we go, and we'll keep moving on with our sketch. We'll jump back up, and we're going to draw a tangent line, or tangent arc, sorry. So grab the tangent arc, grab our lower point, and we're just going to go ahead and we're going to get about an angle of about 90 and with a radius of about 60. So we'll go ahead and we can draw it out a little bit here, keeping that at about 90. Just whenever you get close, go ahead, click, and then we'll create a final tangent arc to connect to our bottom point, and go ahead and click for now. As you notice here with our sketch, part of it's defined in black, part of it's undefined. We need to finish and define what's remaining. You also notice that all these different relations are showing here, and you can hover over the top of them. You see a coincidence relationship here and there. We have equal relations top and bottom. Sometimes those can be a little distracting. To turn those off, we can go up to View at the top, and you can just go ahead and turn off sketch relations, and you don't have to worry about seeing those on there. Let's go ahead and define this sketch by doing just a little bit of dimensioning. So go ahead, grab a smart dimension. We need to dimension from the very bottom of our sketch up to the top of that tangent arc, and let's pull it out. And I happen to hit 80 right on the nose, which is what we want. So let's accept that. Next thing we can do is go ahead and get the radius here of the big arc at the bottom, and let's go ahead and let's just make that a radius of 60. And we still have one last arc over here that we can dimension, and we're going to do 12.5 millimeters for that, and I'll accept it. And you notice everything is in black, which means we are fully defined. So we have a fully defined sketch here, and as you can see, we've started a profile. And what we'll do next is we're going to go ahead and we're going to revolve that around. Let's go ahead and let's click exit the sketch at this point. And remember when we started with a revolved boss or base as our base feature. So that's what's going to pop up over here in our property manager. It's asking us for an axis of revolution, which means what does this need to revolve around? So if we want to, we can go ahead and we can draw that line. And let's go ahead and let's do so here. So click the vertical line. That will be what we revolve around here for our axis. And if you look, it's probably already selected, but we want a blind rotation or revolution around it. We want to go all the way around 360 degrees. It gives you a preview of what you're looking at here. Looks great, so let's go ahead and let's accept this. And at this point, obviously you're seeing, alright, our axis right here in the middle. You're seeing our sketch coming all the way around, and then you're seeing you can move around it a little bit, see what we have thus far, and we'll be making some changes on it. But for now, let's just go ahead and let's make sure we save this, and just make sure you're saving it to your network drive. We can just call it candlestick holder or something similar to that you'll remember. now that we saved it, we'll go ahead and we'll move on. And for the next step, we're going to go ahead and add a handle for our candlestick holder here. So what we need to do is we need to go ahead and we need to start sketching again. So let's go ahead and let's just select the front plane. We'll sketch in the front plane, and then let's go ahead and let's sketch. And we can go up into our views, either here or here, and let's just click the front plane so that we're looking right at it. And then for the next step, let's go ahead and let's just remove all the some of the lines so we can see inside of it. So just go ahead and click the display style and pull down until you get hidden lines removed, and now it's just a little easier for us to be able to see. From this point, let's go ahead and let's view the temporary axis, or the axis that we rotated around. So we've got to go to view, and let's go ahead and let's go all the way to, let's see if I can find it here, there it is, temporary axis. So we turn that on, and you notice that comes up as a dashed line. We're going to go ahead and we're going to grab a line from that. You can right click, pick line, or you can pick it up in your tools. And let's just start that line, make sure that we are over top of that temporary axis, and let's just draw a line horizontal, and let's smart dimension that. So grab a dimension and let's draw that at about 60. We'll type in 60 and go ahead and accept it. And from here, let's go ahead and let's draw a tangent arc heading up. We click tangent arc, and we'll grab that endpoint, and we'll draw a tangent arc with a radius of about, let's make it pretty big here. Give it a radius of about 150. Probably can't see it too well in there. Something close to that, so go ahead and click, and we can dimension that. So we'll just dimension from the bottom of that arc to the top of that arc. And let's get a dimension there, and actually let's do a vertical dimension. And let's just put that at about 65 and accept that. We're starting to lose sight of what we have here. If you want, you can click into leaders, and under leaders we should get an option here to shorten. Check here. Sorry, I'm not seeing it here, so we'll just skip that for now. And we can go ahead and accept that. And let's actually, before we accept that, we can just dimension this. Getting ahead of myself a little bit here. And we'll give that a radius of 150. Accept that. And we'll continue moving on. We're going to put and I'll zoom out a little bit so we can see everything. Another tangent arc, and we'll create that from our top point, and that's just going to wrap around as we go, and we'll have a radius of about, say about 20 for that. So let's click, and we can go ahead and dimension that to a radius of 20. A lot of these were just, I know you're following me, but we're just kind of playing a little bit of a guessing game, trying to figure out what's going to look proportional, or what's going to look nice. So radius of 20, and go ahead and accept that. Since we'll be moving this entire handle in a second, before we move it, we want to make sure we have all our relations set, and just a couple more that we'll do kind of similar to what we did earlier is go ahead, hit the select tool, hold down control, and let's just select our endpoint here. And I may have to move out of the way. I keep grabbing that radius, so I'm going to move that thing out of the way so I don't accidentally hit that. So once again, I'll grab the select tool, click, select the endpoint, and then hold down the control button. And we have another endpoint, so let's click that, and you'll see under the properties here Let's put a horizontal